Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, my name is Rahmawati with my name C1G025101667. Now I want to read a passage about the impact of climate change on agriculture. Climate change has emerged as one of the most pressing global challenges of the 21st century, with profound implications for agriculture. As the Earth's climate continues to warm due to increasing concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, the impacts on agriculture are becoming increasingly evident. These impacts manifest in various forms, including shift in growing season, changes in precipitation patterns, and increased frequency of extreme weather events, all of which have significant consequences for food production, food security, and rural livelihoods. One of the most direct effects of climate change on agriculture is the alterations of growing seasons. In many regions, warming temperatures have led to an extension of the growing season, allowing for longer periods of crop cultivations. While this might seem beneficial at first glance, it also brings about challenges. Warmer temperatures can accelerate the life cycle of crops, leading to earlier maturation and potentially lower yields. Additionally, the extended growing seasons can result in increased pest and disease pressure, as these organisms also thrive in warmer conditions. For instance, the proliferation of certain insect species which were previously limited by colder temperatures has expanded into new areas posing significant threats to crops. Precipitation patterns, another critical factor for agriculture, have also been disrupted by climate change. In some regions, rainfall has become more erratic, with longer dry spells followed by intense, short-lived rainfall events. This variability in precipitation can lead to both drought and floods, each with devastating effects on agriculture. Drought conditions can severely limit water availability for crops, leading to reduced yields or even total crop failure. On the other hand, intense rainfall can cause soil erosions, nutrient leaching, and water logging of crops, all of which can negatively impact agricultural productivity. In areas dependent on rain-fed agriculture, these changes in precipitations patterns pose a significant threat to food security. Moreover, the increased frequency and intensity of extreme weather events such as hurricanes, cyclones, and heatwave further exacerbate the challenges faced by agriculture. This event can cause immediate and severe damage to crops, livestock, and infrastructure, leading to substantial economic losses. For example, heatwave can cause heat stress in crops, reducing their growth and productivity. Similarly, similarly, strong storms can destroy fields, uproot trees, and cause widespread devastation for farming communities. The long-term impacts of such events can also be profound, as they can lead to shift in land use patterns. These displacement of farming communities, and loss of agricultural biodiversity. The impacts of climate change on agriculture The impacts of climate change on agriculture are not uniform across the globe, differ depending on the region of the type of agriculture practice. In temperate regions, some crops may benefit from warmer temperatures and longer growing seasons, while in tropical and subtropical regions, negative impacts are likely to be more pronounced. Smallholder Smallholder farmers, who often rely on traditional farming practice and have limited access to resources, resources, are particularly vulnerable to the impacts of climate change. These farmers of the the farmers are often located in regions that are already prone to climate variability, and they have limited capacity to adapt to changing conditions. In response to this challenge, adapt adaptation strategies are essential to ensure the sustainability of agriculture in changing climate. These strategies include the development and adoption of climate-resilient crop varieties, improved water management practice, and the diversification of agriculture systems. For example, breeding crops that are more tolerant to heat, drought, or salinity can help mitigate the negative impacts of climate change on crop yields. Similarly, im- similar, similarly, implementing efficient irrigation system and water conservation practice can help farmers cope with reduced water availability. Divers, div, diversi- divers, Diversifying agriculture system by incorporating agroforestry, mixed cropping, and integrated farming practice can also enhance the resilience of farming system to climate change. In addition to adaptations, mitigation efforts are crucial to reducing the long-term impacts of climate change on agriculture. Agriculture itself is a significant contributor to greenhouse gas emissions, particularly through practices such as deforestation, livestock productions, and the use of synthetic fertilizers. Transitioning to more sustainable agricultural practice such as agroecology, organic farming, and conservation agriculture can help reduce emissions and sequester carbon in soils. For instance, agroecological practice that promote soil health, such as cover cropping, crop rotation, and reduce tillage, can enhance the carbon sequestration potential of agricultural lands while also improving soil fertility and crop resilience. Furthermore, global Furthermore, global cooperation and policy support are essential to addressing the impacts of climate change on agriculture. International agreements such as the Paris Agreement play a vital role in mobilizing research and coordinating efforts to combat climate change. National governments also have a critical role in developing and implementing policies that support climate-smart agriculture, provide financial assistance to farmers, and promote research and innovations in climate adaptation and mitigation. In conclusion, the impact of climate change on agriculture is multifaceted and complex, with far-reaching consequences for food security, rural livelihoods, and the global economy. The challenges posed by climate change require required a concerted effort from all stakeholders, including farmers, researchers, policymakers, and the international community. By developing and implementing effective adaptation and mitigation strategies, it is possible to enhance the resilience of agriculture system to climate change and ensure the sustainability of food production in the face of an uncertain future.